Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners, just like you, make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 223, and I am so glad that you're here today because I'm talking about the topic of overwhelm. I don't think anyone here is immune to overwhelm. I've been overwhelmed. You've been overwhelmed. But today I want to open your eyes. I want to shift your thinking and make you realize that when you claim that you are in overwhelm, you are actually taking an easy way out. I know this is a whole new perspective to think that's an easy way out. You feel like more it's something that you're in. Right? You're in overwhelm. But we're going to talk about it today. I want to give you a new perspective so that when you find yourself overwhelmed in your business, you can get out of it quickly. Okay? If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I help new business owners as you are starting and growing your new businesses. I want nothing more than for you to be able to build a successful business doing what you love so that you can make the impact and income I know that you're yearning to make. And what I think is so cool is that you are about to be on a road to freedom of choice of how you want to run your life when you get to have your own business. It's so cool. And I'm so happy for you. So if you're new, first of all, you need to know that I have a free Facebook group called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. I would love to have you in there. We have fun weekly posts. We have supportive women in the group. You now have a place that you can just ask those questions that you think are silly, post them, get feedback, anything you want to share in the group. And again, I do have fun weekly posts that you can participate in that really help you think deeper about your business and being grateful for things and celebrating wins and all that good stuff. And I pop in there and love to see what y'all are doing. It makes me so happy. Make sure you get in the group right now. So to get in the group, you'll go down in the show notes right now. Click the link that says free Facebook group, or it may say freebies, free Facebook group. Click that. It'll take you over to the group. Enter your email, and then I will approve you here very soon. So make sure you do that. I have some other free goodies for you and some free resources that will help you as you're starting and growing your new business. So make sure you get your hands on those. If you scroll down in the show notes too, there'll be a link that'll take you to my website. It has all the freebies. I've even got a 16-step checklist to help you as you're starting your business. So you can just sit there and work through that. People love that. And then I also have a secret podcast for those of you that are about to open your business or you've already opened and you're like, okay, now what? How do I start getting consistent sales, have a constant flow of customers and clients? Then make sure you get my secret podcast. You can binge it today. It's called Consistent Sales Made Simple. Scroll down and make sure you grab it. Okay. So that's it for all you newbies, and for all my grow getters. I'm giving y'all a shout out right now. Y'all are so wonderful and amazing. And the progress that you're making is just phenomenal. And I'm so inspired by y'all every week. So wonderful. So shout out to my grow getters and shout out to all my loyal listeners here. Maybe you've never been in one of my programs, but you've been listening a long time. I want to say thank you very much because it's because of you that I'm also here every day, that this podcast is globally ranked, and that I get to do what I love. So thank you all so much. And if you have never left a review, that would be amazing. If you could leave a review, if you're an Apple Podcast, for example, you can just hit the 5-star rating. And if you have 30 seconds to write a written review, it would mean so much to me. I do this obviously for free, and I do it because I love it. But one small favor you could do for me is to leave a review. It's seriously, it means so much and it warms my heart. So that's it. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? How is your day going? I hope all is well. As you can hear today, I have a stuffy nose, so I'm sorry if I sound nasally. I feel good. I was telling my grow getters the other day, I think it was my grow getters, or maybe it was when I did the live business idea training, that my husband and I were not bickering, I don't know, just having a fun, spirited little back and forth. I don't even want to say an argument. It wasn't an argument. It was a debate. And I had the stuffy nose, and he's like, well, you're sick. And I'm like, but I'm not sick. I don't feel bad. I don't have a fever. I'm not sick. I just have something, but I don't feel bad. So I'm not sick. And he said, you are absolutely sick. You have a stuffy nose. So you're sick. So am I sick or am I not sick? Like, that is the question of the day. I say I'm not sick because I don't feel bad. I don't have a fever. I'm not laid up. I'm doing all my stuff. So
I'm not sick. See, I play a mental game with myself. I say I'm not sick, and then I'm not sick. And I'm able to do my podcast and help my grow getters and do the live trainings and all the fun stuff. So I hope when you don't feel sick, don't think of yourself as sick, because it enables you to keep going and to power through. So anyways, I'm so glad y'all are here. We're talking about the topic of overwhelm, and I see it a lot. I've seen it with my new podcasters that are in my boot camp. It's called the Binge-Worthy Boot Camp. And I've seen the overwhelm with podcasting. And you know what? It doesn't have to be. Realize that. I've seen it with my grow getters who are trying to grow their business and they're getting overwhelmed with the tech or what they're supposed to be doing or how they need to set this up or that up or their funnel or whatever they're doing. And it doesn't have to be. I've seen clients that I've worked with in coaching, whether they're trying to figure out their business idea, they're trying to start and they feel overwhelmed. There's too many steps. There's too many things. What all they need to do, it doesn't have to be that way. I want to relieve you of this pressure right now. And I want you to look at overwhelm differently than you have in the past. And this is already a spoiler alert because you saw it in the title and I said it at the beginning. But I want you to look at overwhelm as an easy way out. And what I want you to do is put something else in its place. Okay. And we're going to talk about that. First of all, what is overwhelm? Overwhelm is when you feel like there's so many things and so many decisions and you get stuck in analysis paralysis and you're trying to evaluate things and you're trying to test things. You don't know which way to go, left or right. And it stumps you. And then you can sometimes get so frustrated that you just give up. Here's an example. My daughter, Ava, who's 15, she gets very easily overwhelmed with making decisions, especially buying decisions. Even with clothes and things. And I'm always like, it can be returned. You know, this is returnable. This is not life and death. They're not going to charge you like a restocking fee. Like you can try it on and then we can just return it. So when I start kind of talking her through that, I actually have to coach her through that. She really does have stress trying to make decisions. And then she starts feeling relieved, but it still stresses her out. And then the other day, she was talking about she wanted some kind of concealer. She gets dark circles under her eyes. And so she was like, Mom, I think I just want a little bit of concealer. It's not like she wears that much makeup at all, but she just kind of wanted a concealer. And we had a foundation. But anyways, ladies, you can understand this. So we went to, where did we go? Were we at Target looking at makeup? And then we were even in Sephora. And I'm like, we can get a lady to help you match your skin and like test the little concealer colors. And she was getting embarrassed. And then she was walking around. She was totally overwhelmed. And we walked out of the store. She couldn't get a concealer. There's too many choices. And can anyone relate to this? There's a bazillion choices. Now, my personality is, I'll sometimes ask for help. Otherwise, I will test it on my hand, pick the best one, and I'm out of there. I will make a decision. Now, a lot of that makeup, sadly, you can't return. But I'm still like, a lot of times I'll do that, and that's why I'll get help. But she got embarrassed. Well, then I was at Target, and there was a sale on like one of the name brands. I don't know if y'all have seen some of the new Targets have like Ulta makeup in there. And so there was a name brand. What was it? A foundation. It was Tarte, I think. And it was a name brand foundation. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is half off for like a little promo. I was like, okay, I was testing on my hands. There's no one there to help you, right? Because it's Target. But I picked when I got home. And she was like, oh, wow, this is actually really close to my skin. How the heck did you buy that? And I was like, well, I just tested on my skin. I just made a decision. It was half off. And I thought, okay, well, what's the worst case? I lose this money. Somehow I can mix it with a darker shade. I can make it work somehow. And she was like, Mom, I literally can't do that. That stresses me out so bad making decisions. And so then what happens is she's shut off and she doesn't get anything. So she has no concealer because it's too hard to make a decision. And what I want to shift is her thinking and your thinking even about your business is that it's actually an easy way out. I'm overwhelmed. This is too much. I'm going to shut down and I'm not going to take any action. And I'm going to still want for this to be different. And I'm just going to keep wanting for life to be different, but I'm not going to do anything about it. So I'm going to live in that state. I want y'all to realize what overwhelm is doing to you. It is putting you in a state where you're constantly in desire of, but an inaction mode, like inaction, not actually doing action, but like inaction. Do y'all know what I'm saying? INACTION. You're in a state of inaction. You're not moving forward. And it kind of is an easy way out. Do you know what Ava could do for the makeup? She could ask someone, I keep going. Let's go to Ulta or let's go to Sephora and we'll get you color matched. That's harder. That's harder. She's taking an easy way out. My question for you today is, how are you taking an easy way out? You want something different for your business. Maybe some of you are in the idea stage and you've been yearning to start a business that's fulfilling and fun and gives you the freedom that you so desire and make the money that you need, right? You've been wanting that. But you've been kind of taking the easy way out because you're like, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know the steps. This is too hard. So you stop. That's your easy way out. And you go. And then now you're still in a state of yearning for this business. Now, some of you are starting right now. You're like, okay, I'm starting. I'm doing all the steps, but I'm overwhelmed. This is taking forever. I'm super frustrated. And you know what? My job's making money, or I'm busy with my family, and you make excuses and you take the easy way out. And so you're in a state of inaction, but you're still in a state of yearning for something different. And that is to get your business open. Then some of you have your business open. There's things you've been wanting to do. Start a workshop, start a retreat, get your course going, maybe start a new angle to your business, sell something new, a new product line, or maybe you have a product and you want to start selling it wholesale to stores, but you get overwhelmed with the process. And so now you're in a state of inaction and you're still in a state of yearning for whatever it is that you wanted to create in your business. Realize today that you're taking an easy way out, which sometimes can be a good thing. We're like, let's just take the easy way out. But I'm going to tell you there's an easier way out. There's an easiest way out. You're taking an easy way out. I want to talk you through taking the easiest way out, okay? Because we do not want to be in a state of inaction and yearning for something different. My daughter would love to not have dark circles under her eyes. I keep telling her every day, we can go get matched. I literally say it all the time, y'all. And she's chosen to be in that overwhelmed and shut off. I know this is a silly example and you're like, really? You're talking about makeup? I am, because it's real, because people do get overwhelmed and it's a real thing, and I don't make fun of it and I don't judge. And it's the same with your business. I don't make fun of it and I don't judge, because there's things that I do too that are indecisive. Okay. In business, I don't have as much problem, but there's other things in my life, right? But it's so much easier when we can see it in other people. So my thought for you today is to realize, first of all, acknowledge that overwhelm is an easy way out. It is actually easy for you to say, I'm overwhelmed, and shut off. That's an easy way out. Today, I want you to shift your thinking to what the easiest way out is and what I believe it is. And that is a simple approach. Y'all know this is what I'm all about, right? Teaching you simple approaches to all these different phases in the beginning of your business, right? It should not be complicated. It should not be overwhelming. You should not be shutting off. This is actually a fun, exhilarating journey. It's awesome. When you get to be helping people in the way that you want to help people, there's nothing better. And then you get to make money doing it. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. Right? But you have to be taking a simple approach, especially now in the beginning, because what will happen? You won't get anywhere. And you'll be frustrated and you'll shut off because you'll be overwhelmed. But when you take a simple approach, things start happening. Action starts occurring. You are able to make progress. You are able, if you're in the idea stage, to go, okay, I'm going to take a simple approach to figuring out my idea, which is why I had the Best Business Idea live event last week. Did y'all listen to it? At the time of recording this, I had one last week and it was so much fun and it was a total blast. There was a lot of aha moments. And what I really loved, there was a lot of y'all who are in that idea stage that gave yourself permission to pursue the angle of business that you've been thinking about, but you didn't know if it was a good idea, if it was stupid, if you were going to look stupid, if that was a silly idea. And I loved that many of you felt empowered by that training. And you're like, yeah, I actually can pursue this. So don't ever doubt what you want to sell. It was a perfect example. I have Allie who owns Jamel Jams. She's one of my Grow Getters and she owns a jam company. And she said, yeah, in the beginning, I cannot believe that I thought that was silly to sell jam. Y'all, she's selling her jam. She is selling it retail, meaning she sells it direct to consumer, and she's in stores in her area in Arkansas, selling wholesale to little food stores and boutiques. It's amazing. right? Don't ever think your idea is silly because it will be so treasured by someone. If you're in the starting phase, you can keep things very, very simple. Okay. You can start simple with a simple product, simple offer, everything. Marketing can be simple. All of it can be extremely simple. Don't take the easy way out and say, well, I'm overwhelmed, so I guess I'm not meant for this. You will continue to be in a state of yearning for this business. Okay. And if you're in the growth stage right now, you're like, okay, I got to get this thing growing. I want to do retreats. I want to do live workshops. I want to do something. I want to add a product line. I want to do this or that. I want to sell wholesale. You can do it simply. That's the great news. Y'all celebrate this, that you can do things simple. It should literally give you endorphins, release dopamine in your brain, whatever it is. Like when I say that and I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, it gets to be simple. I'm like smiling and excited. Like there is a way I can do this. It's achievable. So you need to think that way that, oh, wait, this can be simple. So to me, that's the first step. When you're feeling overwhelmed, say, wait, stop, brain. This can be simple. Oh my gosh. Okay. What is the simple way that I can go about it? And if you can't figure it out, don't waste any more time trying to figure it out on your own when there's people like me that can help you and have programs like I have, like Grow Getters that can help you. Or I have, my best business idea workshop. I have a business plan workshop. I have a just getting started boot camp to help you with a simple approach to all those stages. And Grow Getters is a simple way to get growing, right? So that you can start making more money. You can start making consistent income, reliable income, right? There's a simple system. That's what I teach. And when I mentioned that private podcast, what was it called, y'all? Do you remember the secret podcast? It's called Consistent Sales Made Simple. Because I realize that so many new business owners who are trying to grow aren't growing because they're complicating it. And then they're getting overwhelmed. And this is what happens. I'm going to tell you 3 things that what happens when new business owners who are trying to grow get overwhelmed. They don't put themselves out there at all. They're not bold at all. They don't put themselves out there. Number 2, when they do put themselves out there, they're timid and they're unsure and they have a lack of confidence, and you can sense it if you're on the other end of the conversation or the live or whatever. And number 3, they are not in front of people who are actually interested in buying. They have put themselves out there and they're like, yay, I'm putting myself out there. I'm not being timid. I'm being bold, but they're not even in front of the right people. So nobody's going to buy. And so they're wondering, why is no one buying? And then they're like, I'm overwhelmed. And so I'm just not even going to put myself out there at all. And then they sit back and they just hope that people come. I'm telling you now, for most businesses, customers don't necessarily keep coming. You will get those awesome moments when you get a referral or you get people, but you can't just rely on those random sales. You're actually going to have to take control of this business and figure out a simple system for growing it and putting yourself out there in a simple way. You've got a simple message with a simple offer, with simple invitations for people to get in your circle, and you need to be in front of the right people. That's why I started Grow Getters. I really did, because after I was coaching clients, I was like, this is breaking my heart. Like, they've complicated this. They are not making money as fast as they should. They're not making as many sales as they should. And so now I teach that whole simple system. And so that secret podcast that you hear, the Consistent Sales Made Simple, that is the basis for what I teach in Grow Getters. But in Grow Getters, you're getting personal help and community. And so we're walking you through it and helping you actually implement it, which is what's so amazing, and it helps you go so much faster. If that's you today, make sure you check out Grow Getters. You can go to grow-getters.com, or there'll be a link below too in the show notes. But my point for today for you is to now forever remember that overwhelm is an easy way out. It's one of your choices for an easy way out. And what I hope today, after listening, is that you start making a different choice. That you start saying, wait, there's a simple way. I don't have to back out. I don't have to shut down. I don't have to freak out. I don't have to cry in my bed at night. I don't have to be bawling to my husband or boyfriend or whoever or family and telling them I stink and I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's impossible. I'm going to shift my thinking and realize simplicity is here. I can do this. What is the most simple form? And I'm sorry my phone keeps dinging. Y'all, I got a new iPhone 15. And it's a different way to turn off your ringer. You have to swipe down from the top. And so, sorry if you're hearing that in the background. I just fixed it though. I just fixed it. So that's the good news. You won't hear it again. Anyways, simplicity is the easiest way out. It is the easiest way out, is simplicity, because you're not left yearning. You're not left in a state of inaction. You are in a state of momentum. When you do things simple, stuff starts happening. You get to make progress. You start seeing progress. You start seeing results. Okay? I hope this makes sense. I hope this shifts your thinking so that you don't allow yourself to be stuck in overwhelm, that you allow yourself to rejoice in the fact that there's a simple path forward that you either need to figure out on your own or get help from someone like me who can coach you and help you, who's gone before you, who knows, who's seen what other business owners have done right and wrong, and can guide you and save you umpteen. Y'all like that word, umpteen? Umpteen hours and a whole bunch of struggle and angst, okay? Y'all know that I would love to help you. Again, reach out. You can always DM me on Instagram. My handle is Start with Kimberly Brock. You're welcome to DM me. Y'all can contact me through my website down below. Please contact me. I don't want you flailing around. And if you're in my Women Starting Businesses Facebook group, post there anytime. If you feel the overwhelm, post in that Facebook group. We'd love to help you. And I'm in there a lot too. You can get a lot of opinions in there, which I think is great. And I just don't want you struggling on your own. I want you to move this fast. I want you to gain the momentum. So that's it. Y'all have an awesome day. And until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com. And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.
Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal. I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it'd be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's 2 ways you can give me your answers. Number 1, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number 2, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.